it's Wendy Lynn Phillips, business, beauty, and branding expert, and today I'm giving you my live in-person version of our Back to School, Back to Basics e-blast. I hope you're enjoying receiving the wow. That's Wendy on Wednesday, and that's what today is. So here we go. We're going to dive right in. You know, when you think about the basics of life, sometimes the basic things are really the greatest and can deliver a really powerful punch. I know for our 6-year-old that happens really often in this house. So today, a lot of the principles I'm going to pass on that I think are good for life and business really come from her and from a basic approach. Now, if you're like us, you probably did a lot of things this summer. You cleaned out closets, you had some fun, you traveled, you went on some type of vacation, you enjoyed sleeping in, and you stayed up late at night. Well, our family had a really exciting switch up. What we did was move my husband's office from upstairs downstairs. We moved my daughter's room, which had been the nursery for both of our baby girls, into the big girl room. The husband got the new nursery complete with wooden floors, new walls, window treatment, the whole nine works, new office furniture. And our 11-year-old went upstairs to the tween-age suite. And boy, is it sweet. She is excited. But as you can imagine, it created a whole lot of chaos for this mama. And actually, we're only 85% done. We're not done yet. Who knows? I may never feel like I'm really done. I know many of you working moms can relate to me in that way. But I have my little list here in my great little handy-dandy spiral notebook because number one on my list, you'll see it here in the blog below, is to follow your list. When life gets overwhelming and I just am too exhausted to think anymore, my creative juices are whipped, I create a list. I bet you do too, but if you don't, I want to really encourage you. Follow your list. Create the list, but then you got to follow the list, right? So follow the list. Oh my gosh, I get so much energy out of crossing off the list. Are you like that? I hope you'll let me know. And if not, I don't know why not. Honey, it's one of the best self-motivators in the whole wide world. Follow your list and cross off your list. I make lists every day. Glenn says he has a to-do list so long it could be wallpaper. Speaking of wallpaper, you can see what I did with it in the comment below. Upstairs, oh my gosh, 12 years of wallpaper on the wall. He took off. Now that shows a daddy's love for his daughter. Anyway, folks, I hope you'll take my basic tip number one and put it into practice immediately. And if you already do, then good for you. But number one, follow a list. Number two is the early bird gets the worm. The early bird gets the worm. It's just so true. When you show up early, you get the best. You know, even God's word says Jesus rose early to meet with his Father. And so I know that I didn't really do much of that this summer, but one thing we did is we did show up early at theme parks. I bet maybe you have visited some theme parks this summer. And if you did, weren't the lines a whole lot shorter? Even though it's hot summer days here in Florida, the lines were shorter and it was slightly cooler in the morning. And so number two is to work during your most productive times. Get the most in that you can. You're the most energetic, lines are shorter, and it's a little bit cooler. So show up early. That's what we did at SeaWorld this summer. You can see some of those pictures on my blog. And lastly, basic principle number three is to cherish your family. That's right, no surprise. But even with all their quirks and silliness and frustrations, you know, I had many opportunities this summer to sit back and reflect, and I always came around to totally cherishing my family. You know, there's a lot of things we won't take to heaven with us, but I hope one of them is my family, and I hope that my life here will make a difference to ensure that. So cherish your family. Cherish your family time. Try to just steal those moments away and make a moment every day that's worth cherishing. So when life gets overwhelming, follow your list. Make it, create it, follow it, and then cross it off. Number 2, show up early, not only at theme parks, but in life. And number 3 is to cherish your family. That's my basic tips for today. Bye for now.